And we're live.
Hello, SHL. It's Rich and Adam. And we are
Yes.
on, what is this? 22?
22 or 23, one of those.
I actually can't remember this time.
Let's
21
find
was
out.
with Slappy, right?
Yeah,
21
and then we
was
did one after
Slappy.
that where it was just us. So this has got to be 23.
23 then. Okay, cool.
It's got to be 23.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, hey, we were off last week, but we're back.
I know, we leave for a week and the whole site burns to the ground.
Yeah, it's been kind of crazy. And actually, we missed the finals as well, so
Who cares about that?
somewhat late-ish, not too late, I guess. Congratulations to the Winnipeg Jets.
Congratulations to the Winnipeg Jets for stopping what was going to be 3 West Kendall Cups in 4 seasons. Thank you for that.
So yeah, what else? Did anything else happen outside of the big things that we're obviously going to talk about?
Not that I can remember, man.
Yeah.
We got a lot of shit to talk about.
Yeah.
Even just outside of questions, we got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yeah. I think the questions are probably going to cover all the big things. The
180
180 some users and expansion and all that fun stuff. So.
I don't think we're going to talk about the fact that we lost 2 GMs in the last 48 hours.
Oh, that too. Yeah.
I don't think we're going to talk about that in the questions, but we will talk about that.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that because that feels like there's just so much going on that kind of just it's kind of in the back of my head. It's not really something
that's fair.
on.
Unfortunately, it's been something that's been right on the forefront of my job.
Yeah, I can imagine that's something you're a little more worried about than I am. So let's see. That's Minnesota, Hamilton, and then the 2 expansion teams. So it's like four at once, really.
Yes. Yeah, I don't even know who's running the expansion teams. That is not my area. That's not my field.
Nice. Let's just go to questions, and then we can kind of fill in stuff and all that good.
We'll play it by ear from there. Let's do that.
Yeah. So yeah, right away we got Luke, obviously, because that's
Always,
what he does.
Yeah.
So he says, "Hi and welcome back to the Pride, Rich." Hi.
Just fucking
Luke.
rub it in, Luke. Piece of shit.
Yeah. Thanks for the welcome back. Even though I've already received welcomes from people, but thank you, and I'm happy to be back. Even though it's kind of a different team now, sort of, not really, but yeah, it was Portland when I left, and now it's San Francisco. Cool. But I don't do. There's going to be more questions about that related to that, so we can talk more about that later.
I'm sure. Congratulations on that, by the way. I'm sorry I wasn't good enough for you, Rich.
Well, Yeah, I'm sorry you're not good enough too.
You're not the first person to tell me that in my life. Last girlfriend said the same thing.
Oh, jeez. All right. Anyway, so he says you can talk about the SMJHL draft, I guess. Can we? Oh, can we?
I don't think I'm at liberty to talk about that.
I don't. So I'm a bit not. I don't really pay attention to the juniors.
Neither do I.
At this point, I'm a lot more checked out because I'm so much at the end of my career that even SHL stuff, I'm not totally tuned in on in terms of I don't know, the draft and that kind of thing and prospects. And so let me take a look at least, and maybe I can.
What can I say about the draft? What can I talk about the draft? There were a lot of fucking people in that draft.
Yeah. Do you know the exact number?
180 plus. I don't remember the exact number, but it was like a historic draft class size.
Yeah. Pretty
was
obscene.
Big.
Oh, so I knew a couple of these names right off the bat. So first overall was Evans, which that's sure.
That's no surprise at all. Yeah.
Second was Carl from Edmonton. He was a former Knight, so that makes a bit of sense. Going back there. I don't know who Cloutier is for the Admirals. I don't know who that is.
Do you know the username? I don't have it pulled up.
No, I only have.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Oh God, there's such a gigantic list. I'm never gonna find this name. All right, let's see. I'm gonna click on this, and it is. Oh, that's Jenny. Okay, yeah, that makes sense too. Man, if I was Kelowna, I would have taken Jenny over Carl. Sorry, Carl.
Yeah,
But
I
let's
mean,
see.
Jenny's got more history with that team.
Yeah, I mean, Carl, he was actually really only on the team for one season. He was drafted by Portland the their first season, their
Yeah,
first ever draft pick, and then he got called up immediately as a true rookie. So he played one season in Kelowna. So yeah, I mean, there's more history, but I mean, I think in terms of like person slash player they're going to make, it probably doesn't really matter that much. They're both going to be good for the locker room and make good players. So
yeah, agreed.
what else we got? I don't know that Falcons pick. That's a crazy name. Um, not even going to try. Colorado, that's Pris, right? Anastasia Okoivu.
Has to be, yeah.
So that makes sense. I mean, I doubt. I don't know if she has any history with with Colorado, but I imagine that she would be a high pick. That makes sense. Um, Tyler Tugard, let's say, for St. Louis. I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Um, Vancouver.
That was fucking
Yeah, Argar. Good
yeah.
pick.
That was a great pick. That was a great
Yeah,
pick.
yeah. I think people are worried that he'll want to go up sooner rather than later, which is probably why he's not a top 3 pick.
Agreed.
But you know, I in terms of
I still
value
think it's
to a
a great
locker
pick.
room, I still rank him quite highly. So Jimmy Slothface to Halifax. That's a name.
That's a great name.
That's that's got to be a first gen. I feel
I
like.
think so. I feel like Halifax. Well, because King was there, so King's probably going to be drafting first gens. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I feel like he
Or
drafted a
King
lot of
would have
first
been
gen.
drafting first gens. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. But yeah, I think when he was shortly after the draft, he was saying something that he drafted vast majority first gens, if
Yeah,
maybe not only first gens. I don't
yeah, and
remember.
that shouldn't surprise anybody considering the
Yeah,
ethos of
yeah,
that team.
yeah. Then Montreal, Hans Zucker. I don't know who that is. And then Alexei Okovu-Volkova, which is Wally. Oh,
Yes,
I skipped like 2 picks there.
it doesn't matter. Keep going.
Okay.
I'm almost there. Keep
I
going.
don't know any of these people now. I recognize Guy Zhang from the Kelowna just because I saw him in the locker in the Discord, but I don't remember his username. But I remember looking up like during the draft to see who that was, and I remember seeing that person in the Discord. So great story. Next, Eric Vangerberg. I don't know. Who know who that is? Oh God. I'm just gonna see if I can recognize people rather than just going through the list. I don't. Nope. 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 I don't. I don't know any of these people. Oh, this Kit Smeb. Is that which one's that? Because isn't there 2 Smeb
There were like 3 or 4
last name people?
Smebs. I thought there's a
Were
lot
there?
of them.
There's another one, Daniel, in the 6th round. I'm pretty sure they're both recreates, right? Boy. Oh. Yeah, I'm running out. I'm running out of steam here. Fork Spoon, great name.
Knifey Spoony.
Chico Smeb, there's a 3rd one.
There's
Parker
another
Smeb,
one.
there's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
4th
yeah.
one.
There's like 5 of them.
Let's see if there's any other good names. Dickens Makeout King. All right.
That's a fucking great name. Holy shit.
Jesus. What else? Uh, HFFO has Big Fudge. That's all right. All right. I think that's good. So in short, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know anybody in that draft aside from like the first round and a half, maybe.
Yeah, I think that qualifies as talking about the draft.
We
How do you
talked
feel about
about the
that, Luke?
draft. Fuck it. I don't care what Luke thinks about it.
I do. He's my special teammate now.
That should make you care less.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll work on that, I guess. All right.
What's next on that list of
Next,
asinine questions he's asking?
he says, "What 2 cities do you think the expansion should go to?"
Chicago.
Yeah, my first
Chicago's
choice.
got to be one of them.
Yeah, my first choice is Chicago. It's I know there's been some kind of petitioning for a more creative location choice than Chicago.
No. Chicago is a fucking original 6 city, and the fact that it doesn't have a team right now is a fucking shame.
Yeah, and well, actually, Big Slappy Hour I just listened to. I actually told you that earlier.
Yes.
But they had talked about how Um, Canada's a little bit overrepresented in our league
It
as a
is.
whole.
It's wildly overrepresented,
Um,
and I say that
I
as a
guess
Canadian.
I don't really, I didn't really pay attention to that, and when I go to think about it, yeah, it's like it feels like half the teams are Canadian. Um, but yeah, I think adding we got to for sure probably add two American teams or two non-Canadian teams. How about that? But Chicago to me is it's like such an iconic sports city. It's got to be there. That's how I feel about it. Um, but as far as a second city, I think there's I don't know. There's a ton of options. A common suggestion is Philadelphia, which I wouldn't argue with.
Nah, Philly'd be fine. That would fucking satisfy Luke too much though, so we got to go not there.
I mean, we could do something to make it easier to
Trenton.
because the problem is we're having to do like an East West team, right?
Yeah,
And um,
yeah. Well, I put Chicago in the West though.
yeah, it depends on where the other team's going to be because the other team it's harder to put a team west of Chicago than it is east of Chicago, right?
Yes, agreed. Unless you want to do like,
Like
yeah, because I'm
Phoenix
like
or
Phoenix, and I don't want to put hockey in Arizona again. Look what happened in real life.
I mean, you could do Phoenix, you could do Vegas, maybe.
No,
Um,
no, 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 no. Vetoed,
maybe
vetoed.
you could do like a state team rather than naming it like a city team. Like I don't know, like what's a good state?
Well, fuck it. You already know what my if we're going further west than Chicago, you already know what my answer is.
What is it?
It's
I don't know.
Portland, baby. It's Portland.
Oh yeah,
Put a
yeah,
team
that'd be
back in
kind of cool,
Portland.
but the problem, yeah, I mean, that would be kind of neat to see the Admirals back, but
Doesn't even have to be the Admirals. Just put a team back in Portland.
yeah, Portland is a good location, I think. God, don't we have a
We will have represented the entire West Coast if we put one in
I need to look at
Portland.
the West teams now because my brain is like not working at all.
California, so
Standard.
L.A., San Francisco, Seattle. Or do you mean in the
Seattle.
NHL? You mean the
No,
SHL?
in SHL, yeah, yeah.
Calgary, Edmonton. Who the fuck else do we have?
So another
Winnipeg,
California team's probably
Winnipeg.
out, right?
Yeah, no, we got two California teams. One on the
Yeah,
north, one in the
it's
north, and
not.
one in the south. Don't put another one in there. You know
What
what?
else
Why
is
don't
there
we
to
put a team
leave?
in Dallas?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like Texas has. That's my problem. Is Texas is Texas, right?
I
It's the whole
know.
thing.
Are they Dallas based or are they like Austin
I
based?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Let's look it up. Let's see if we can find out here really quick. Team info. What do we got?
Because I know Texas. I hate fucking be Dallas or be Austin or
Texas is
something.
too big of a state to like
It's
claim the whole
huge. You
state.
can't do the whole thing.
Texas is location Dallas, Texas.
Okay, so then they have a Dallas team. So put one in Houston or Austin. Put one in. Fuck, I don't know. Salt Lake City. Let the Mormons watch hockey.
How about like OKC? How about that?
I would be okay with OKC. The Barons used to play there. They were Edmonton's farm team in the NHL. I miss the Barons. Put a team back in
Yeah.
Oklahoma.
Be kind of neat.
No one will buy it, but that'd be a
I don't know.
great like non-traditional market.
Yeah, the other issue is like it feels like if for teams in the West, it feels like it's hard to put them in the North,
It
like
is.
in the north half of
Yeah.
the U.S. There's just nothing there. It's Montana and Wyoming.
Yeah,
And,
I don't want to put a team in Montana because who fucking
Yeah.
cares about Montana?
yeah, there's nobody. I mean, if we could do a Billings team, no, I don't think so.
No. Butte.
And Wyoming's basically the same thing. It's just a big
Exactly.
empty state. I
Cheyenne.
mean, there's, I suppose. Yeah, is that what else is there
That's
in
it.
Wyoming
It's Cheyenne, man.
in terms of like, yeah?
Yellowstone.
If we didn't have
Put a
a
rank there.
a juniors Colorado team, that'd
I
be a
would
good
say,
spot.
yeah, no,
but-
Denver would be great for a team if it wasn't already taken. So
Yeah.
Chicago. What about the East? Where do you go in the East? DC, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh.
To me, like Philadelphia seems like the most logical choice.
I would, yeah, maybe.
Um,
We got. I mean, I
Hmm.
wish Manhattan would just call themselves New York so I could not forget about it. But nowhere in Maine. Well, maybe like. No, I mean, we got New England, so.
let's see what else. Trying to.
Do we have Carolina teams?
What about like a? Do we have a Ohio team?
Oh, like a Columbus?
No.
No, that would give Kimmy too
Columbus,
much.
Seattle,
That would make
Cleveland?
Kimmy too much happiness. I don't want to do that either. I feel like Philly, DC, Pittsburgh are probably your big three in the East.
Yeah, yeah.
Trenton, New Jersey.
The they and on Big Slappy Hour also they made a point that we've already got a bunch of like warm weather teams, so
Yes, we
trying to
do.
keep them in the north might be
How
a good
about
idea.
the how about the Newark Drifters? Put them in Newark, New Jersey.
Sure, why not?
The place where no one lives because it's a
Yeah,
fucking wasteland.
I've never actually looked at where Hamilton is, and now I'm
Hamilton,
just looking at it. It's
Ontario?
like yeah, it's like right by Toronto
Yeah,
there.
it's right next to Toronto, basically.
Cool.
I can get to Hamilton on by train if I go up to
Yeah,
Montreal and then take a bus to Hamilton.
that looks incredibly close. Like,
I put one
damn,
in
that's
Ottawa.
crazy.
I know that the Slappy Hour says we're overrepresented, but put one in Ottawa so we can have an actual rivalry.
Yeah, Ottawa would be a good choice, I think. Yeah,
Put one in Ottawa. Let Sammy
I,
run it. See what happens.
I think one that does get mentioned a bunch too is the like Quebec City.
Quebec City be great, but the problem is Montreal is a junior team,
That's
so
true.
we
Yeah.
can't have the rivalry.
Yeah,
That would be the reason to put a team in Quebec City is because there's a team in Montreal. You
maybe
know what I
next
mean?
junior expansion we can do that. So
Yeah,
that we
we'll
can
put
get
one
that.
in QC. Yeah. No, put it in Ottawa. Chicago and Ottawa. There you go.
Yeah, that'd be all right. That would make some sense.
I think it'd be cool to see an Ottawa team. And it
Yeah,
would
there's a
mean
ton of options. So I'll be really. This is kind of why I like one of the things that's most exciting about expansion, because I think I mentioned this a couple weeks back, but when expansion positions become available for like GMs, it's we kind of get like like a higher tier of applicant because they want it so bad usually
you
that
say
they're gonna
that.
really. So my expectation is we'll see some really interesting creative ideas, hopefully that are really well thought out and really well done. Something that will be maybe a little bit unexpected, but like I said, really well done. That's what I'm hoping for.
I think you put a lot of faith in this website.
I put a lot of faith in. Well, what happened last time? Portland and Buffalo are both pretty solid teams in terms of branding and
In terms of
that
yeah,
kind
I
of
would
thing.
agree with that. I would agree with that.
So that's what I'm kind of hoping for. We get a similar like a level of quality in terms of like team concept and branding. So yeah, there you go.
There's where you get. That's where you put your expansion teams.
Yeah,
Done.
and one of those or two of those, however many places we just named, many.
Yeah, a lot of places. We talked about a lot of places.
um, so thanks for that question, Luke. Moving on.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything right now.
I was just giving you a little bit of space.
I
In
know.
case you need
I
to say
appreciate it.
something.
I gotta think of something like actually impactful. I gotta like think about his family and say something mean about them.
Oh wow! All right.
I'm getting.
So
I
he
gotta
says,
change
Rich
it
and
up.
Adam, Rich and Adam, since both of you are on different teams, we are. What are your expectations? Which I don't know what that has to do with us being on separate
It
teams.
doesn't.
But,
The question would be the same either way. You stupid idiot.
I
You
love
big
stupid
dumb
idiot.
fucking
Sorry.
moron.
um, so what are your expectations for your player, other than hits for Rich? Do you wanna go first?
Yeah, don't fucking croak in mid-season. I don't know. This is first season of regression, so I don't even know what to expect. If I can still put up points and assists, that's really the most important thing. I took some shit out of discipline, so hopefully my hits go up a little bit. But yeah, not be a shit player, I think is the goal.
Do you know who your like D partner is gonna be?
Yes, it's the Axis pairing, Kruger and Reese.
Nice. Okay. Interesting.
Yes, it's happening again.
Ah,
World War III.
interesting. I don't know what to think about that.
No, it works. Reese is a shoot first, and Kruger's a pass first,
Yeah.
so it works.
Well, my issue is like my immediate thought is fantasy implications. So I'm trying to figure out like what that means, because I went into the draft thinking maybe Kruger's going to be like a really nice little sleeper pick, but if you're out with Reese, I'm not sure what that's going to mean exactly.
I mean, Kruger is always a nice sleeper pick because the worst that happens is you drop him mid-season because he's playing like shit. It's just the way it's either he's hot, stay hot rocket, or like get off the bus, you know.
Oh wait! Oh, by the way, what's that about? Said something about where is it? Stay hot, Rocket. What's that mean? Is that something related to Boston?
Yeah, it's
Red
fucking
Sox?
yeah. One of the journalists from fucking Barstool that covers Boston, Jared Carabas. It's just a thing he says.
Is that a thing he says?
Yeah, he's the rocket. Stay hot, rocket.
Oh, okay. Sorry, that's I don't know. That's kind of a
Slappy doesn't like that I like Boston, and I think it's funny.
so. Were you done? By the way, I don't want to.
Yeah, no, my
Step on any toes
just
here.
not fucking croak mid-season.
Yeah. You're not that. I mean, 10%. It couldn't hurt you that bad. I can't imagine.
Yeah, I dropped about 30 TP this
100.
season. I had
Yeah,
I had a little bit banked, so
yeah, and so it's like what 150 plus off-season update. You're probably looking at minimum 60 TPE plus whatever you had banked, right? Somewhere in that area.
something. I fucking regressed before an update. I don't know if they let me do. They didn't fucking call me on it though. I regressed and then got updated and then did an update after that. I guess I should say.
Hmm. I don't know.
So we'll
I'm
we'll
sure it's
see.
fine.
Yeah, you know what? If they call me on it, they could just take like 20 more
Well, I
TP
mean,
from me.
like
It
it's
doesn't
gonna
matter.
be the difference of like 2 TPE,
Yeah, it's gonna be
like
nothing.
at most. Yeah.
We'll see. If I get audited, I'll just yell at dude because I have power as a head office member. That's how it be.
So my expectations, hits, obviously, what you said, but I'm gonna
Mhm.
mention it anyway. I'm hoping for 200 hits this season. That's my benchmark. I want a 200 hit season, and then really high bar. I would be like over the moon with 40 points. That would be amazing. But realistically, hoping for 30. That would be fantastic. 30 points. And outside of that, I mean, I don't know. I don't really think we're a playoff team, but I think we're going to surprise people, but I don't think we're a playoff team. Um, and I guess that's not a player expectation. So unrelated. Um, yeah, I'm done, I guess. I don't know.
That's it. You're not a playoff team. We're a playoff team though, baby. It's cup year.
You guys could, yeah. The East is I think quite a bit more wide open than the West. The West is still rough.
And with Hamilton falling apart at the seams right now, it's one less team to have to worry about.
They've still got a. Well, no, they lost Ronnie Westbrook though, didn't they?
Yes,
He doesn't
they
have one more
did.
season left. So, and then their defense can't be looking great.
Their defense is Dover and Martin, I think, is the
Dover
top pairing.
Gary Grease as well is still
Greece
there.
is in
Right?
Winnipeg.
Winnipeg. Who's the guy? The
Martin. You're talking about Martin, right?
No, the Flappies. No, Flappies. Winnipeg. What? My brain is completely done.
Yeah,
Right.
no, we
Forget
got
it.
you, man. Floppies
There's
in
another
Winnipeg.
Hamilton defenseman. I swear to God, I'm finding him right now.
You're talking about Kimmy? Is Martin a defenseman? I don't fucking. No, you're talking about Tig, right?
Nor. There we go.
Nor is not a defenseman.
He's not. Did he switch? His player page says D.
What? Did they move him to D? I don't keep up with Hamilton anymore because they kicked me out of their locker room.
Maybe. Oh, and Sammy Owens. God.
Owens is a good little hockey player, honestly.
I forgot about that. Okay, I knew there was somebody. There's because I was trying to figure out again for fantasy. This is because that's where my brain goes. I'm looking for a sneaky D man to pick up.
I didn't realize they moved Harak to D.
Yeah, I was thinking with you and Westbrook out in Hamilton. Ooh, maybe there's somebody. There really isn't. Not anybody obvious anyway.
Yeah, they moved Nor to D.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious.
Rip Nor.
Well, he came back.
I guess,
he came back.
Did he come back?
Yeah, we can talk about that off air.
Okay. And did I go away from the questions?
No, that's fine.
Okay. So let's talk. Let's do Sammy.
Hey, Sammy.
Sammy.
I hear you got real angry in the draft stream last night.
Oh, really? I
didn't watch it yet.
So he got drafted by Minnesota, right?
Yeah.
And to be totally fair, it's a pretty different team than it was when he asked out. I
think he refused to sign.
Oh, really?
I think he refused to sign.
Anyway.
Don't tell anyone, though.
Oh, don't tell anyone. All right.
Don't tell anyone, though.
So, yeah. It's like a totally different team in terms of like the people that are, well, I guess it's not totally different. There's a handful of guys still there. But I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, God. Something about the thing. Shit.
I don't remember.
Oh, God.
I you know what? I was so busy laughing at my own joke in my head, I totally didn't even fucking hear the question.
You made a joke?
In my head.
Oh, you made a joke in your head
that
you were then laughing at in your head?
Yeah.
Wow, all right. So, crap.
I guess he must have signed.
Yeah, okay. I think his issue with the team still kind of exists, unfortunately, which is that the Discord isn't super active.
Yes.
It's I think a bit of an older team in terms of player or like user age.
It absolutely is.
That's not totally true. Well,
no, it still is.
With me out, I think we brought the average up a little or down a little bit, but but yeah, it's still I think relatively old compared to most, and certainly compared to Sammy. But compared to most locker rooms in the league, Calgary notwithstanding. Um,
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah.
but so it's not super active, and that's Sammy's a young guy, so he's likes an active Discord. Fair enough.
Yeah, can't blame him for that at all.
Yeah, I agree to an extent. Um, but anyway, so he says all the Seattle trades again? Question mark. Which is
JSS is having a fire sale because he
question.
wants to rebuild. And that's the fucking most I can say about it because I don't know what his plan is.
Yeah, I mean, I was listening to Argar's podcast. Was it a week ago or 2 weeks ago or whatever it was? No, it must have been a week ago because the trades had started, but not all of them had happened yet. I don't think. Um, but basically, I don't think GSS had any other choice. He wasn't in a position to retool. He didn't have really any like a great deal of assets to work with. Like your only choice is to sell and try and stockpile, and it's probably going to work out really well if you got picks in this upcoming draft.
Agreed. I still think the Zajac trade doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah,
I feel like
that was the
the
one with
guy
him in it, though, wasn't it? For his,
it
player?
was for his player, but Zajac's the guy you build around. I mean, he's the best option they had to build around.
I think he was maybe a little bit borderline and not a huge earner. I mean, a good earner, but not like a really high level. And he's kind of on the fringe of being that player that's going to be probably entering regression about the time the rebuild kind of takes shape.
Yeah.
So maybe it's like, and then also not having a ton of assets to work with, having to get his own player, then you've got this kind of situation where that kind of trade unfortunately has to be made. Maybe. I guess I don't know the inner workings of like everything that went down, but that's kind of how I saw it. I don't want to get into we talked about the trades kind of as they were coming out
As they were happening,
week.
yeah,
or 2 weeks ago rather. And I think maybe one or two happened afterwards. And I remember I messaged you about one that at the time I thought was a really good deal, and then it got edited, and now I'm not so super sure about it. I don't remember the specifics, but
yes, that
I feel
was
like
what was that?
it was shit. I don't remember now.
I'm scrolling back through just to see if I can. Oh, it was the trade for Rice.
Yes, yeah, because it was a much bigger trade. There was more pieces moving originally, and it looked like I thought he got really good value.
Yes, it was
but then after the
initially
edit,
an S47 first and a 46 second, but that must have changed.
Yeah, I think it was a really he got a lot. I thought originally he moved a pick and Rice I think for 2 picks, and now I think it was just Rice for a pick. I think I don't remember. Anyway, I think on the whole though I've looked at each trade I've looked at the JSS has done. I thought he's gotten good value, for the most part. So I think he's made some pretty smart moves, in a position that he doesn't really have any choice in my eyes anyway. Excuse me.
Yeah, he's doing the best that he can with what he's got. Simple as that.
Yeah. I know I support his removal of the alumni from the from the Discord. I don't think that's a problem personally. But,
no, I think to a degree you have to do that. Well, I get
Well-
alumni is a questionable.
it depends on the team. And when I was in Seattle not that long ago, that Discord had so many people in it. It was kind of nuts. So I think it was probably a smart move because it was a mess, I thought.
Well, in Hamilton used to be like that too. Everyone was in fucking Hamilton for quite some time.
Yeah. So I don't mind the move. I know I get why some people might not like it, but I don't mind it. That's not really related to the question or the trades or anything.
No.
Just me
Yeah,
talking.
the trades are just it's JSS doing what he has to do. Easy as that.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on from that.
Yeah.
Draft recap. I think if it's over the weekend.
Sammy has such a way with words.
Yeah, I know he's a fantastic writer. I'm sorry, Sammy. I don't mean to be vitriolic toward. I will not apologize to Luke, but I will apologize to Sammy. He doesn't deserve it. It's just my default talking voice is sardonic, sarcastic asshole.
Okay. All right.
By the way, I just want to bring this up. One of the guys that got drafted last night, already retired.
Oh yeah.
McCracken.
Yeah, I forgot. I was trying to figure out who that was because I had no idea.
Oh, I have no
He must
idea.
have been a first gen, right?
Yes, it was a first gen. I just remember putting his name into the post last night when I
It
um,
was
was
must have
updating
been
that.
SMJH. Oh, there he is. I see him. Edmonton. Yep. He was the last player picked. It looks like. Yep.
Yes, he was. I just remember his name because he was the last person I put into the post.
Hmm. Cool.
Happens.
Yeah. I mean, I guess not a whole lot lost there for Edmonton, really.
Nope, nothing gained, nothing lost.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, draft. Draft happened. We talked about the juniors draft and how we don't know anybody in it. But I
I
guess
feel
we
like
could
I know
talk.
this draft a little bit
I
better.
was gonna say we could talk about this one. With this one,
Yeah.
actually, I do know people in it. So
Yeah. Yeah.
let me pull that up real quick.
All right. See, I was prepared, so I already had it up.
She's shut up.
Okay.
Um,
Well, anyway,
yeah. So I don't know any of the people by name though, so that's gonna be
really,
fun.
I know a fair number. Although some of the newer members I probably won't know.
Yeah, I know a
Um,
few. I know Donnie Dix, obviously.
which one's that? I don't
That's
remember.
Goonie. That's Goonie.
That's Goonie. Okay,
Yeah,
that
that's
makes
Goonie.
a lot of sense.
Nick
Okay.
Fleming, obviously, that's Flem.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I can. Let's just start from the top because
Yeah,
that's
Lockhart.
Lockhart, EJ,
EJ,
obviously.
great pick.
Um, we didn't actually. I don't think we really were for sure on that pick. Earlier in the day, or we were starting to talk about, hey, whose mock draft is the correct one because nobody seemed to have any fucking clue what was going on. And that's partly because San Francisco did not know what they were going to do with that first pick. And it was basically down to like either EJ, Raymond, or
Or
Bad
was
Wolf.
it Bad Wolf? Yeah.
Yeah, those are the three basically the three choices for first overall.
But EJ, great pick.
Yeah,
Great pick.
I would have been just totally fine. I think either of those three picks are totally fine.
Yeah, I think those were. I think that was the three everybody kind of had floating
Yeah,
around.
yeah. And then the subject came up of, hey, we could probably get EJ and Bilbo, so why don't we do that? I guess.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, and it's two people that I'm fairly familiar with. They were both players. Let's see, I drafted. I think. Oh shit, was EJ a free agent? I don't remember. Either way, I was a co-GM in Kelowna when they played, and then I played with Bilbo on New England for a short period, and I think that's about it. But yeah, I like them. They're cool.
Agreed. EJ, great pick. I think she was an awesome selection to go one. Just a shame it had to be to San Francisco, you know. Second, obviously, to Texas, Raymond, Andreas
Raymond, yeah.
Kvalheim. Great pick. I think
Yeah.
Raymond and then Bad Wolf to Manhattan, Mika Mayfield. I think any of those three would have been good picks for anybody who got them.
Yep. I think actually Mayfield is a really good fit in Manhattan simply because they're, I think, building a fairly young team in terms of like young to the SHL, young to the site.
Yes, I agree.
So I think that's a pretty good fit there.
I think that was a good pickup for Manhattan, and I'm sure they're happy to have gotten her at 3.
For sure. Yeah. That's to get a first gen of that quality at 3 is fantastic. So
but there was also a lot of recreates in this draft, and there are going to be a lot of recreates in the next draft. So it's tough to find that kind of quality that high, and to see that go that high is good. I think good for the site because at 4, Cassius Darrow, Triple H 81 is this guy. This guy's a first gen, right?
Yeah, I didn't know his player name, but I knew he was like a high pick.
He's the current GM of the German IIHF team.
Okay. Nice.
So good to see him involved with the site. Hope he doesn't king himself, and I'm gonna make that a verb when if it fucking kills me. But yeah, Darrow at 4, I think a good pickup. I don't really know anything about his player, but
yeah, me too.
That he's taken such a. I'm not gonna say IIHF is a super intensive job because you only do it for like a week a season.
Right, but it does show that you've bought in.
It's more dedication than just getting a job.
Right.
Obviously Bilbo at 5. Good pickup by San Francisco.
Yeah.
Fleming to Texas. It does not surprise me to see Fleming go to Texas because Crutch is there. Otherwise, I would have told you Fleming to Winnipeg.
I had heard from somebody that Texas wanted Fleming. But I don't know all the connections and everything. But
there's a lot of guys in Texas that I know Fleming has connections with, so it doesn't surprise me to see him go 6 to Texas. Great pick, assuming he sticks around, which he probably will. Fleming's nothing if not dedicated, and he's a great dude to be around. So I think even if he stops updating, I think having him in the locker room is a win for Texas anyway.
Hmm.
7 Howland Steel Talks. Fuck. Fuck, man. I don't know what I'm doing tonight. That's 7 Hamilton Steelhawks take left wing Donnie Dix. That's Goonie. That's no surprise. Goonie is an establishment of that team.
Yeah, makes sense.
I think they could have waited on that one.
Yeah, maybe. I felt a bit the same on Bilbo at 5. I mean, I love Bilbo, but 5 is a bit early, I think, in my eyes. But at the same time, it's tricky to try to then maneuver within, trading picks and moving back and that kind of thing.
Well,
So
I would have said that they could have held off till 13 to take Goonie. Of course, things happened there that we'll talk about when we get there. I do not know this Where Tarantula Bouchard to Calgary at 8. No idea who that is.
Yeah,
is that a first gen?
Yeah, I think so, but I think he's also in other sim leagues because I'm pretty sure I've seen that name. Maybe GOMHL or something like that.
Probably. I can't tell you whether that was a good pick or not, but Asa tends to pick well. So,
well, they talk about him a little bit in the Big Slappy Hour. Apparently, he's like a Australian who lives in Ottawa or something like that. Something
God,
weird.
What a combination!
Yeah, it's very strange.
Hey, fair enough, man. Whatever gets. Hey, well, Where Tarantula? Yeah.
Yep.
At 9, the Panthers take Hiro Fukikawa. That's Marley, former Toronto player.
That was Marley?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure which of the two was Marley or Boom.
Yeah.
So
I think Marley.
Boom, I'm sorry, BTS.
Yes. I think Marley at 9 is a good pick.
Yeah, it's probably fine.
Just historically.
Yeah, he's maybe not like a huge earner, but he's like a steady earner.
Yeah. 10 Stars take Konstantin Voloshin. That's Inside Hysteria. That pick makes sense. Insight's last player was a North Star. So
yeah, and I think he's a really high earner in this class to this point.
Yeah, we'll see if it holds up, but I think
that's the issue is whether or not he sticks with it. So
I know he's been trying to recapture the same sort of magic he got with Timo, but we'll see. I think that's a solid pick at 10. That's probably the best they were gonna do.
Probably. I mean, maybe Mick Scruff.
I would have said Scruff, maybe.
Yeah. But outside of that, I don't know. There's
maybe, but
maybe Snuff. Yeah, Snuff's similar in my eyes to like Marley, being like a steady earner, but not going to be a
huge earner. Yeah.
Yeah.
At 10, the Minnesota Chiefs take Sanyi Koksis. I don't think I'm pronouncing that right, but that's it's benches.
Benches, yeah.
Solid Benches is a solid earner. Benches is a solid locker room guy. I think that's a good pickup in Minnesota. Anything else to add to that?
No, that's fine.
12, Seattle takes Nolan Sawchuk. That's G-Pox. That's Cam. So that's a good pick. Cam is, I think
he's a good kid. Yeah, but he hasn't. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they could have done a little bit better. I mean, I don't. Maybe it's well, they don't even have another pick until the 3rd. So I don't know.
Cam's a good character pick.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's going to be a good earner pick.
Yeah, it's hard to know. He's had like at least 3 players, I think, maybe 4 at this point.
Yeah, the last one I remember was New England. So we'll see.
Yeah,
I think he's a good character pick, but I don't know if he's a good earning pick.
McScruff is that first gen?
I have no idea. We can find out though.
Slip McScruff.
So this 13th pick was initially Hamilton. Hamilton trades down to 14, and I believe, let me pull the trade up. I'm just going through the server draft shit. The pick for that was Jets get 13 overall for 14th and an S46 third. That's a Reddit third. It's a pretty solid trade. It's pretty solid value to move down a place and pick up a Reddit third. Of what should be good value considering the fucking size of that draft class.
Yeah.
I think good pickup. I think good trade. And then Winnipeg takes Slip McScruff. Do we find out if he's a first gen?
I wasn't looking. Sorry.
That's fine. It's not that important.
I can find out. Maybe. Let's find out.
The name seems familiar, but I don't remember him being on the site.
Oh, that's not updated. Crap. Well, shit. This is gonna be difficult. Um, mm, mm, mm.
It's
Shit.
fine.
I need to know. McScruff. But yeah, it's I'm pretty sure it is. God damn it, this is being very slow.
I
Well,
think it's fine.
yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I've seen him in. I think I've seen him on Twitter, which is funny.
Yes.
Is it? I don't know.
I don't probably.
Scruff Daddy. Yeah, that's the first gen.
Scruff
I've not
Daddy.
seen that username.
Okay.
So yeah,
First gen. We got it, folks. First gen.
cool.
Good pick by Winnipeg, I guess.
Yeah, it's
Hard
fine.
to tell with first gens.
Yeah, and at this point of the draft, it's not. There's not anything that's, I don't know, crazy. Like, oh, for sure take this guy because I don't know.
Yeah, I
whatever.
don't know. So then Hamilton would have picked 14th, but then Hamilton sends LA 14 for an S48 second, a third this draft that just happened that I don't even know if it got used, and a Reddit 4th. That's okay value for 14th. The S45 third is minimal, but the Reddit 4th might be good with the size of the draft class, and the 48 second, the second never hurts. And they took fucking
BTS.
Yeah, BTS, Kenji Yoshimura. Good pickup. And they get
Yeah,
both. They get both of the Japanese. So good pickup. I like it. San Francisco
Did
takes
they? Did those guys want to be drafted together? Was that like
no idea.
a thing, or is it just
No
coincidence?
idea, but that is a good coincidence if that's what happened.
Okay, cool.
15 San Francisco takes Snuff, Andy Kerr.
Snuff.
No surprise.
Makes a ton of sense. He's like a legacy pick, really.
He is. Yeah, he's a San Francisco mainstay. So not surprised to see Snuff get it. 16.
He's got a really cool player build too.
Does he? I haven't looked at it. What's it like?
Yeah, it's like exactly what you'd expect from him. It's like I think he's a center with like strength, defense, and something. It's like a really grindy, like defensive forward kind of face-off taking guy. So it's like
The snuff character build.
Yeah, the snuff build basically, which is kind of what he had before, which is like he was a power forward with not an offensive player, but just a solid kind of possession guy. So,
yep, that's
cool.
what he needs to be. So that's good.
I like
for him. 16 Minnesota takes Noble, Nicholas Close. Probably a fine pick. Noble's a NSFL guy, right?
Yeah. Sort of. I don't know.
Kinda.
There was a time where he was like banned over there for some cheatery stuff.
Good.
That's fine.
Fun. Don't say things like that. I'm looking into the future already.
I'm sure it's fine. No, I don't know. He seems fine. That stuff was all like 2 years ago, and he was quite young. I think 14 at the time. Now he's like 16 or 17, something like that. So, I mean, not that that's like grown up, but at that age, that's a lot of time passed. So there can be significant changes potentially. So we'll see. I mean, I don't expect that he's gonna cheat, but I think he's like a similar kind of pick to Jepox, where it's like, is this gonna work? Gonna work out? I don't know. There you go.
I don't know. Where are we? 17. Manhattan takes SO 2264. Jacob Novak. Is this guy a first gen?
Oh, I think that's a first gen as well. Wait, yes, SO. Shoot. I don't know. I don't remember. Not sure. Let's see if we can find his little username here. I don't see it. I don't really want to dig again. So, yeah, let's go to the next one. Sorry, guy.
It's all right, man. Sorry about that. Let us know in the comments below whether or not you're a first gen.
Jeez.
18. New England takes Jacob Gates. It's Mirso.
Oh, who's that?
Mirso.
Oh yeah, that's a first gen though for sure. Right?
Yes, that's a first gen. I'm pretty sure.
That username. I remember seeing the username and thinking, I've never seen that username before. So cool. I don't know how active they are.
I'm not sure either. 19, the pick that made me fucking piss myself laughing. Minnesota takes Sammy at 19.
It's like this weird. It's got like this weird. It's kind of poetic. Like it's a combination of why would they make that pick, and then like, but it's kind of the best pick there is available. So I don't know. It's weird.
It's a pick that I'm like, you're totally right. What else were they gonna pick? But also, man, that worked out so well for everyone but both Minnesota and Sammy.
Yeah, right. It's like, yeah, it saves
My
all the other teams
God.
the that having to think about that. Do we take Sammy here or not? You know, I like Sammy. I don't have any issues with him. But the reality is, this is his fourth player, right? I think.
What do we got? Sammy, um, had
It's at least
Sammy,
his third,
then
right?
2 checks. This is at least his third, then 2 checks, and maybe one between that.
So
Yeah,
it's just there's question marks, right?
hilarious for everybody else. Just kind of shitty for both of them, though, because I'm sure neither of them
Yeah.
really wanted to do that.
Yeah, I would just say Sammy. Um, I don't know. I guess.
Nothing against you. It's just the history between
No,
Sammy and Minnesota
no.
is contentious at best.
Right. And
So it's just a weird pick.
yeah, I would just say, Sammy, I guess approach it with an open mind. Don't immediately say I want to be out of here. I don't know. I don't
I
know what the
agree.
situation's like. So, but I would just say don't
Give it
completely
a
say like,
shot and see what happens.
yeah, yeah, give it a shot. I mean, worst case scenario, and if you do ask for a trade, do not make it public,
Please don't make it
please.
public. Actually, no.
Not
Please make
again.
it explicitly public.
Oh
I need something to talk about.
God. Don't do that.
Make it
Just
as public as
just
possible.
just approach them respectfully and say, "Hey, listen, I don't really want to be here. If you guys could trade me, that'd be great."
Just make it as
The end.
make my fucking life
No,
hell, Sammy.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Schmurf running the show for the time being, and he will absolutely work with you. I'm sure of it. He's a good dude.
But if he doesn't,
So,
just
what?
think about it. Just think about it if he doesn't. Just think about making that media post I know you want to make.
Ah, don't do it, Sammy. Listen, Adam doesn't know what he's talking about.
Go on, make my fucking day.
um, next pick.
Yeah, 20. Wes Kendall takes Nat Emerson.
Oh God, is this another first gen where we can question whether or not they're a first gen?
The last Heraclid?
Oh yeah, I remember seeing him because I do media deposits, and I've seen his name on several deposits.
Hey,
And
look
I
at that.
remember the first time I saw it, it was misspelled. So it took me a while to figure out
Perfect.
what the spelling of it was. First gen.
Amazing. First gen. Got it. Wes Kendall takes a first. Was that their first pick of the draft? That was their first pick of the draft. Wes Kendall takes a first gen with their first pick of the draft.
Wow, way to go,
Defenseman.
Wes Kendall.
21. Hamilton takes Vegeta Muerto.
Yep.
I know that this is in relation to Goku Muerto,
Yeah, it's
but I don't know who it
pretty
is.
sure. I believe it's King's brother.
Okay.
The end.
Let's see how that pans out considering events that took place today.
Uh,
Moving on.
next pick.
22 and 23. Buffalo take
Buffalo.
Alexander Selleck and Samuel Jalopsky. That's Toman and Walrus. 22-23.
That's a weird combination of players. I mean, in
Yeah,
terms
but
of
they're both
users,
Buffalo. Yeah,
personalities.
but they're both Buffalo guys, so it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Toman obviously had to go there, and Walrus
Yeah.
is a Buffalo alum, so that doesn't surprise me.
Well, I mean, he said that was the only place he could go. So,
Yes,
yeah.
they could have not given it to him, but they did, and that's real kind of you, Buffalo. 24 Toronto North Stars take goalie Vivian LeBlanc. That's P. Sanchez 55. That's a reference to fucking backyard baseball, I think.
Is it?
P.
Amazing.
Sanchez,
I don't
Pablo
know anything about
Sanchez. Yeah, he was the best player in backyard baseball.
Okay. See, I know that because when I hear people say that, I'm like, oh, I've heard that before because I've heard other people say that,
Yeah.
but I don't know anything about backyard
It
baseball.
was a game.
apparently
It was
like-
a game that people played when they were like 8.
Yeah. And I guess it was popular, and I only hear about it in reference to like when people bring that up.
Yeah, Pablo Sanchez, greatest baseball player to ever live.
Mm.
Stay hot, Rocket. 25 through 27 are all San Francisco picks. That's Griffith Cadwallader, William Goose, and Ty Hoover. Ferdy, Poland
Yes.
70, and Hoove. Good pick on
Yeah.
Hoove. I don't know about the other two.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they all joined Discord. But the only one I think I've seen say a whole lot has been Hoove. I don't remember who the other two guys were. Maybe they haven't joined. I thought I saw them. Oh, one of them's Ferdy, right?
Yes.
Or is that a later pick?
Nope, Ferdy's 25.
Ferdy was 25. Okay. Yeah, he's a Calgary guy for quite a while. But he's like another one of those kind of like real steady earners, but probably isn't going to blow you away. Probably be like maybe 1,200 TPE kind of thing.
Still a good place to be.
Um,
I don't know anything about Poland 70, but I
do
think
what?
Hoove.
Huh?
Poland 70, 26,
Oh, is
that's
that the other one?
William Goose.
Oh, yeah. I don't know who that is. I don't. He may not have joined the unless it's this guy. Yeah, I think it's this guy. So I think he's in Discord as well, but I don't know anything about him either. So
And Hoove, good pick if he sticks
who's
around.
Hoove? Yeah, I mean it's hard
Vancouver
to say.
legend Hoove.
Hard to say how. I meant to ask him, but he was an Air Force guy. I'm pretty sure. Um,
I believe. I'm not sure, though.
yeah, I was going to ask him if he is still or not because yeah, when I first joined the site, I was recently out of the Air Force. Not recently, I guess it'd been like 2 years maybe.
That's
And we
fairly
have
recent.
similar, not I guess not similar jobs. But we would have worked had we worked like on the same base. We would have worked in a fairly close proximity to one another. Very different jobs, but kind of in a similar location. So that was kind of interesting.
Small world.
Yeah, sort of. Except that we probably there's like zero chance we would have been on the same base probably ever.
But you
But
never know.
sure.
Worth asking. Worth asking. Um, moving on.
Is that? Oh, there's more. Oh,
Oh,
come on.
there's more, man. There's so much more. There's actually only like 6 more picks. 28 Texas Renegades take defenseman Jimmy Cahill. That's Jay Lysorka. That's recreate from
Yeah,
two
he's
times, 2 or 3 other players.
yeah. I think his first player was okay. I want to say he was like maybe 800 TP or something like that, 800, 900,
Yeah,
somewhere in that
and
area.
he recreated as one of the twin brothers that I can't remember their
Oh
last
yeah,
names.
yeah, yeah. The ones that disappeared like immediately. I don't remember their last names either. But then yeah, so that's there's potential here, but I wouldn't I wouldn't hold my breath.
It's
I
a
guess.
late pick for a reason.
Yeah, yeah.
Same thing with our next one. 29 Minnesota Chiefs take right wing Arsenic Chris, who has
Oh
had a
yeah,
couple of
Chris.
players at this point.
Okay. I was trying to remember who this was because Minnesota traded up for this pick, or did I mean maybe
Let's
San Francisco
find out.
traded
Let's go
back.
look
I
at the
don't know.
trades.
I mean they definitely traded to this pick, but I don't know like who initiated the trade. If they wanted this
Yes,
pick or
Minnesota got pick 29 from San Francisco in exchange for a Reddit 5th.
seems like really good value.
That pick
But
28
I
was
mean
also
potentially.
was a trade from Winnipeg to Texas. I should have mentioned that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, and the 22nd overall Buffalo pick for Tillman was a trade from Calgary for a Reddit 4th.
Huh. Huh.
I'm
Do we got
missing all
any
the
other
trades.
picks that are worth discussing here?
Let's look. Don't know that one. Don't know that one. I do know that one, and there's no way he sticks around.
Oh yeah,
That guy just retired today, and
yeah,
I have no idea who this is.
yeah.
So
So
it was a
let's
pretty eventful draft.
super.
Hope that satisfies you, Sammy.
Yes, I need to pull up the expansion rules really quick because he's asking for expansion
This
thoughts.
is gonna be a long one, folks.
Okay, we're like an hour right now, aren't we?
We
Pretty
are
close.
we are a little under an hour. This is strap in, folks. You thought the Slappy Hour was long. Well, we'll be a little
They
shorter
did
than that.
last like 2 weeks ago. They did a 2 hour, and then this one today was like an hour 45 or something like that. So
We might get close
so
to
yeah,
that. We might get close to that.
yeah.
Moving on from Sammy's that question. Why did I drop to the second round? If I do,
Oh, I forgot about that. I missed.
easy answer, Sammy. I need you to look me in the eyes and listen. About
Huh?
a month ago, a scandal happened where someone was leaking trade blocks. And someone was posting media containing those leaked trade blocks. Now, I'm not going to say who, but since we're talking about that event, I think it makes sense that considering the only people on the site who didn't have that person's back were the GMs, it should come as no surprise that that person would fall late, considering none of the GMs wanted to take him. Because
See,
of that.
that wouldn't affect my drafting of him. It would be solely because I'm not sure if he's going to stick with the player.
That's a very valid reason. I just wanted to bring up the drama again.
That's fair. I
Nothing
suppose.
against
Well,
you, Sammy.
I
It's
don't
just like, it shouldn't be a surprise that
know. Yeah.
the GMs
it-
don't want a guy that is leaking their trade blocks.
Yeah.
But you got picked.
Yeah,
But
I think where you got picked is
picked.
pretty fair,
Yeah,
to be honest.
19. That's a fine place to go.
Yeah.
This was a
that's
pretty
fine.
loaded draft.
I was 18th overall in my draft, so there
Yeah,
you go.
I can't talk. I was 4th. Actually, no, I was 3rd, I think.
Oh, really?
Um, Yeah, because it was Hammy 1, 2, and then Wes Kendall took me at 3. So that's my reason why you dropped. Rich's is probably more accurate, that people just didn't know if you were going to stick around.
Yeah,
Um,
I think that's well, I mean that's what my thought would have been, because I would have looked at you as kind of a potential steal in this position,
it's a wild card
because
pick.
if you stick around, if you stick with this player, like actually to the like through his career to regression, you're gonna have like 1100 TPE most likely, at least, probably more.
It's good. It's good if you stick with this.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, expansion thoughts.
Oh God.
We were talking about this already.
Yeah.
Unless you're talking about the juniors expansion, in which case I don't
How?
care. I don't care.
Yeah, I did want to talk about the rules for the protection list and stuff.
Yes, we can do that.
How different is so you were probably involved in some of this, right? In some of the
Yes.
decision making.
Yes, I
How
was.
different is this from last time? Because I don't honestly remember
I don't
what
remember.
last
I
time's
could not.
was.
I was not here the last time we expanded.
Okay, I thought maybe it would have been like a comparison, like you were looking at that one and saying, okay, we want it to be better than this because this was awful.
No, I think we actually. I think that we did this based on NHL expansion rules.
Okay,
I think. I don't remember. Let's
I'm
find
a
out.
little disappointed in the 7 forwards though. I would have liked to see that 6.
I thought we did. Let me look again. It's been a minute since I looked at it. Yeah, 7F3D 1G or 8 skaters and 1G. That was the NHL rules.
8 skaters 1G. That's weird to me.
Well, that
I guess
that
7.
is.
Okay, I see. So you can customize it a little bit more.
Yeah. If you have
With
more than 3 defensemen you want to save?
Yeah, then you lose a big chunk of potentially forwards. Oh man,
you run the risk of losing forwards. This was the NHL expansion rules, and we kind of based it around that.
Yeah, I didn't see that 8 skaters 1 goalie last time. I just looked at the 7-3-1.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. I think this is probably the best way we're gonna. I mean, we've been talking about this for 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah.
But 7-3-1 or the 8-1, I think, is the best way to do it, because it allows teams that are more stacked on the back end to protect their back end, or teams that know that they have forwards they need to be able to keep more forwards at the risk of some D.
I'm seeing some things that might affect me here as well. If a team elects to expose an FA and that player is drafted by an expansion team, the player will be unable to return to the team. Shit, I should have got a no move clause.
Yeah. Oops. Uh-oh.
Oh boy. This could get interesting in the offseason.
Yeah, we'll see if San Francisco keeps you around.
Shit. Okay.
How many seasons did you sign in San Francisco for?
Just one.
Well,
Just
it
one,
wouldn't have mattered if you got a new move. It wouldn't have mattered if you got a no move clause then.
Yeah, I would have had to sign for 2 and then get a no move.
I would not be surprised to see a expansion team take you.
I think I was going to talk about this later. Well, maybe not. But I'm really only good for like 3 more seasons.
They'd have to know that it's limited.
Right? Yeah. So it'd have to. That's interesting. Because I'm going to be this season, next season, and then after next season. So most likely, how the rest of my career is going to go is I'm going to play this season, I'm going to play next season, and then after next season, sometime I will retire. So that I'm playing a 3rd season, but not a 4th. So basically, 3 more seasons is what I'm looking at.
Right.
So yeah. Oh, I wonder what's going to happen. This is going to be interesting. I didn't really expect that it might potentially involve me, but there's a possibility. Okay.
Yeah, unless you re-sign in San Francisco.
I'd have to re-sign and take a no move clause, but I don't know
unless they protect you. Yeah.
I don't know if a team would give that to me, because my player is not going to stick around, so it would not make sense to give a player like mine a no move clause. Unless you had that protection slot just hanging out.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the rest of our thoughts on expansion, I think you can kind of refer back to sometime in the first half hour of this, where we talked about teams. I think the rule set's good. I think the rule set forces teams to actually think about who they're gonna need to protect.
Yeah. I hope we see like a nice little. I don't want to see it obviously completely shaken up, like everything gets turned upside down.
Burn the league
but
down.
I would like to see some shift in like the I don't know, the power dynamic that we have currently, because
I agree.
I feel like the West has been kind of like the same for a while in terms of the teams that are strong. It's a little boring. I'd like to see some things shake up a little bit.
I'm interested to see who goes for the GM positions.
Yes, that too.
Because that will especially determine the shakeup.
Yes. Yep.
Other than that, though, anything else you want to say about expansion? I'm sure someone else will ask about it.
Yeah, I think we have a question about the SMJHL expansion later
And then he
and
just
tacos.
says double IHF. I'm gonna, for the sake of time, I'm gonna be an asshole. Sammy, that's not a fucking question.
Sweden's garbage. The end.
Sweden's garbage. Germany is a wild card. I don't know if we're gonna be good or dumpster this year. The Czechs will probably win gold. Everyone else can either get out of the way or get fucked. There's your IHF talk. Thanks for the question, Sammy.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Thank you,
taking. I think Sammy alone pulled in like
That
a
was
half
a
an
long
hour
time
of
we
stuff.
spent on his stuff, huh?
Moving on to JSS. Hi JSS. Thoughts on the amount of draftees we have right now? Fuck, there's a lot of them.
It's crazy. I hope we retain some of them.
Well, there you're right into the next question. How many of these guys do you think will be drafted to the SHL?
I mean, if it's half, that would be insane. I feel like
Yeah,
it's going to be
agreed.
less than half, right? I don't know what the
I'm saying
typical.
more.
You think so? I don't know what the
I-
typical ratio is, so I have no
I-
idea.
I'm saying more because for the sake of the expansion teams, I hope to Christ it's more. Because if we
Yeah.
get like, I'm going to be very very gracious and say that of the 180 that we got, we have a 70% retention ratio, which is just over 110 or so.
If we get like 60, that'd be a huge draft class.
If we can keep 100 of these guys, that'd be perfect. Realistically, we'll probably keep about 80, which is still a lot of fucking people.
Yeah, for sure.
That's bigger than most regular draft classes. That's going into like 5-6 rounds, but we'll probably see more stick around.
I think Luke posted something in the Big Slappy Hour thread about the retention rate of his draft class. So if you're interested in potential percentages of players retained, check that out.
Yes, do check
I'm not
that
going to
out.
look at it and relay that
I'm
information.
not going to look at it. I'm probably not even going to link it. But, you know, if you're interested, just remember
I saw it, but didn't read it. Sorry.
Yeah, I would like to say a 70% retention ratio, but we're probably looking at more like 40-45.
Yeah, and even
is fine.
that would be a huge number of players.
Yeah, you're still looking at 70 to 90 people, and that's a lot of people to draft.
Yeah.
Across 16 teams? Maybe more? Either way.
Yeah.
Any new gen standouts? I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
So when I saw the players start to roll in, I just like shut off. So I'm like, this is too much.
Yep.
I can't.
Yep.
I can't deal with this.
I don't know any of the new gen guys, so I can't help you.
I'm already completely disconnected from the SMJHL, and then this just made it worse. Like I can't. I've got enough to pay attention to with normal SHL stuff. So once I've retired and kind of reset, maybe then I'll get my brain back on SMJHL. But for now, I can't. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know any of the first gens, so I can't help you here. So sorry, GSS.
Yep.
Should have saved it for the Luke King cast. Oops, that's not happening anymore. But we'll talk about that later. Rich, what made you decide San Francisco over another team that pitched you in free agency, like maybe Seattle? But since he said that, I'm going to say like maybe Toronto.
So there's a couple things. The number one thing is I'm fairly sure I'm going to reach or exceed 200 hits in San Francisco. I probably would have been able to do that in Seattle and made more money. Probably. I don't know. I guess. Yeah, actually, I'm pretty sure
baby.
What? Huh?
Seattle's got like cap space.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure their offer was, I mean, I basically said to San Francisco, I'll take minimum. I'm good with that. But part of this decision was, so San Francisco is kind of like ex Portland, right? And when I was in Portland, it was kind of like one of my favorite periods of time I've had in the league. And so there's part of the decision is kind of hoping to maybe recapture a little bit of that for a short period of time before I get ready to recreate.
That's fine. I don't think anyone can blame you for that.
Yeah, I think San Francisco's got a really, really good locker room. So I was hoping to maybe be a part of that for a small period of time. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, there wasn't really much else to it. I knew I'm fairly, I can't be guaranteed, but I'm as close to guaranteed to hitting 200 hits here as I can be anywhere. So that was kind of number one, and then number two is locker room. So that's it.
That's fair. Thanks for the questions, JSS.
Yeah. And I talked when I talked to JSS, I told to me Seattle is a fairly interesting spot right now. It's a spot that I would if San Francisco didn't exist, Seattle would probably be right up there. Like maybe would have been the place I'd go to. Because like I said, I like what he's done with his trades. I like what he's doing. So I would show up and make some hits and score some points and be a good fantasy pick for a season. Why not?
But unfortunately,
Yeah,
San Francisco exists.
Yep. That's how it is.
Speaking of San Francisco, we got a question from Tweedle. And Tweedle asks, soft or
It's a very
hard shell
Tweedle
taco?
question.
I know, it's super Tweedle. Soft or hard shell taco?
I don't really care. I guess I don't know. I don't eat tacos enough to like have a strong
Yeah, no.
preference.
If I'm eating Mexican,
I'll take whatever.
If I'm eating Mexican, it's not a taco. But I guess if I'm going to eat a taco, I guess soft shell.
I don't really care. I think I have hard shells most of the time.
Hard shells are fine. I just think that they're a little messier than a soft shell.
Yeah, that's the issue really is. And usually I'm in a position where it's like I don't really have a choice. Like, oh, somebody ordered, bought a bunch of tacos into the office or something. So I'm just kind of what's there is what I get.
What is it? Yeah.
I don't really go out and like seek out tacos because I live in Wisconsin and that's not really much of a thing.
Are you telling me that Wisconsin's not a hot spot for Spanish food?
I mean, yeah.
You kidding me, right? I can't believe it.
I mean, unless you count Taco Bell.
I was about to say, so the real answer to this question is that you need to go to Taco Bell where the meat is so fucking greasy that it actually turns the hard shell taco into a semi-soft.
Yeah, right.
That's the real answer to this question.
Yeah, sorry, Tweedle. I don't. Yeah, that's as good as you're gonna get, I guess.
Don't eat tacos. Eat a fucking burrito. Be a man. Moving on. Questions from Argar. Always nice to hear from Argar. We got to get him on here at some point.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Reaction to the quick expansion, assuming he's talking about juniors.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they were both fairly quick, kind of sudden, because
I guess.
I mean, the juniors was obviously more quick. It was like within a matter of days.
I guess because we've been talking about it in HO for so long, it doesn't feel that sudden to me. But
yeah, but I mean, I'm sure the process. We knew the process was ongoing, but I think the decision was kind of like, oh shit, I guess we better do it now, kind of thing. That's what it
fair.
seemed like.
This was like, okay, this is it. We need to do it now because, or we're not going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
In regards to SHL, I think it was the right move considering the amount of people we just brought in this draft class. In regards to juniors, I do remember nobody fucking losing his shit and freaking out in HO chat over it, because it was like, okay, what do we do?
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah. It's crazy. I mean, I guess there wasn't really much of a choice, right?
No, you couldn't not do it. What's going to be interesting is to see what happens in a few seasons here, when those guys are worked out of the system. Yeah. Are we? Because there's a debate whether or not these are permanent teams. You know what I mean? Are these teams going to fold when we go back to a normal size draft class?
Yeah. Well, this is such an extreme. It feels impossible that these are permanent teams.
Absolutely. This is such a historic moment that we can't expect this to continue and keep 10 juniors teams filled.
Right. And in like 2 drafts from now, when we have 20 prospects in the draft, it's like it's crazy.
It's just not going to happen.
It's going to be nuts. Yeah.
We're going to have to fold those teams.
Yeah. I don't know.
But for now, what else were you going to do?
Yeah. There's no choice.
How many of the 160 so prospects do you see being active all the way to the SHL? How many do you think will stick long term? We kind of talked about this already.
Yeah.
My estimate.
Long term's harder.
Long term's harder to pick. Probably 30%, if that. It's hard to use numbers I would traditionally use with a normal sized draft class, because 30% of a fucking 80-person draft class is only like 20 people. But 30% of this draft class is like 40 people.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
I think going to the SHL, I think just under less than half of the people in this draft class are active by SHL draft. Prove me wrong. Please prove me wrong. Because the one thing I railed on all the time when we were discussing whether or not we needed to do expansion was, are we going to be able to retain players? This is a boom. This is an economic boom. Are these expansion teams going to be able to maintain a roster during an economic recession? I hope so. That's the question. And the more of these prospects that stick around, the better a chance we have of that happening.
There was a brief period after the last SMJHL expansion, which was not considered temporary. Would have been through like S27, 28, 29 range, right before the S30 draft, which kind of revived the SMJHL to an extent. But there was a period where there was kind of an ongoing discussion about whether or not those two teams, the Raiders and the other one, was it Colorado? Yeah, Colorado, the Mammoths at the time.
Yes, it would have been Colorado.
There was discussions kind of ongoing about like whether or not we were going to fold them, because we just had such a drought of players. Like nobody had, like we had like the best teams had like 2 active lines of forwards, like, and some of the other teams had much less than that, like one full line of actives. It was a rough stretch. I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah.
It's all about retention, and the more of these guys that stick around, the better our retention rates are going to be. And that's what we need, because if we can't support 2 new franchises in the 2 new franchises in the juniors operate under the assumption that they will not be here.
Yeah, I think that'd be the safest way to work.
If we can't sustain and we can't retain players on 2 major SHL teams, we're fucked. We're fucked. So, I don't know, 40%, if that answers the question.
That'd be cool. I think 95% will stay active.
That's a great estimate. Let's go with that one. How many people is that? Like 170?
Yeah, something like that.
We need
more than we're active
need more
at the
than
time
2
of the
teams.
SMJHL draft.
Yeah. Plus free agency. I don't know. Tough to pick. Tough to say right now.
Yeah.
Where would you want the relocated teams to be? Thoughts on team names? I don't know what this is. Is this in reference to expansion?
Yeah, it must mean expansion.
Yeah, Chicago and Ottawa. There you go. Chicago team name.
Fuck.
Chicago.
We're the worst at this.
Fuck, I don't know, man. What's important about Chicago? Chicago beans.
Wait, what? Is that a thing?
Chicago, yeah, the bean in Chicago. Look it up.
Oh God, I always go straight to like the like wind, storms, something like that.
Chicago Hurricanes.
What?
Chicago Hurricanes.
Okay.
They don't get them, but you know.
Something.
Chicago Tornadoes.
This is why I really hope the GMs of flying have like really good creative, because I don't.
The Chicago Air Raid Sirens. I don't know. They got a Chicago is one of those cities that's got a real crazy tornado alarm.
The Chicago airport that's like busy every day, all day.
What a great team name.
Was I talking to you when I was stuck in O'Hare for like 12 hours this last weekend?
Yes, you mentioned that to me. But let's call them the Chicago airport that's busy all the time. I think that's a great team name. I don't know, man. The Chicago, Illinois.
Yeah, there you go.
Please clap. That was a joke. Ottawa.
There was a Chicago juniors team, wasn't there? Was it juniors?
At some point there was, yeah.
Yeah,
I think so.
I remember it's like Chicago Hitmen or something like that. Which
Don't do that.
Not great. No,
it reminds me of the Calgary Hitmen, and that makes me want to die. Chicago. Fuck, man. What is the Chicago Cubs? Just go with that, and we'll do renders of Chris Bryant. I don't know. Right. Chicago, Ottawa.
Got baseball reference I don't get.
Hey, that's for all my baseball fans out there. Stay hot, Rocket. Ottawa.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Ottawa. I don't know anything about Ottawa. The Ottawa.
What I know about Ottawa is that Sammy is a fan of the Senators.
The Ottawa Sammies.
No, please.
Ottawa. Let's look up.
Didn't somebody Tweedle did a thing, like a logo for a team called the Sammies with like a sandwich as the mascot. What was that?
I don't remember. I've Googled.
That's what it is.
For the sake of this question, the Ottawa Sammies. There we go. For the sake of this question, I have pulled up the Ottawa tourism culture page.
Okay.
because I like dragging podcasts out.
Yeah. This is a good way to do it.
Yeah, just yeah. So we've we've got the Ottawa Voyageur Cafeteria, if you like
That's a
French,
great team
you
name
know.
right there.
The Grand Pizzeria, the Ottawa pizzas. The National Gallery it has a giant bronze spider. The Ottawa Spiders.
That's weird.
That's weird, but you know what? That's kind of never heard that one before. The Mackenzie King Estate in Gatineau Park. Okay, that doesn't have anything I can use for a name. Courtyard Restaurant in downtown. The Heart and Crown offering pub grub, diverse beers, and an outdoor patio. Ottawa. Fuck, I don't know.
What's happening?
You know what? I'm just gonna use we kicked off the PWHL recently, Wastie's new Jam League.
Okay.
I'm just gonna rip off my concept for my team in that league. Over there, I'm running the team from London, and we're the London Brave, and the whole thing is firefighter imagery. So the Ottawa Brave, the Chicago Brave, and go with
That would, I
firefighters.
think, work pretty well for Chicago.
It would absolutely work for Chicago. Chicago Brave, and have like a firefighter as your logo.
Interesting. That'd be kind of cool, actually.
Hey, you know what? We got something out of this.
Yeah, we did it. We did
the,
it, team. We're the best.
the Ottawa Haunted Walk of Ottawa.
Jesus.
The Ottawa Cowboys. They have a rodeo in Ottawa.
Do they?
Probably. They have a rodeo in Calgary.
Oh God.
Ottawa. The Ottawa. Fuck, man. I don't know.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
We can just take the L on this one. I don't really
It's
feel
fine.
too bad about not coming up with one.
I got Chicago. Chicago Brave. There's your team.
That's pretty solid.
Ottawa can figure out their own shit whenever they get made. Thanks, Argar. Thanks for that, Argar.
Ugh,
Asshole.
yes. Whoa.
Moving on. Kimmy.
Oh, Kimmy.
Kimmy asks, when is the next podcast? Next
Uh-oh,
Saturday, Kimmy.
Yeah.
As
Be here
far
next week.
as far as I'm aware, next week. Same time, same place.
Good question.
Same bat time, same bat channel. Thanks, Kimmy. You fucking idiot. Nobody asks, why, Rich? Why? And I think we already answered that earlier.
Yeah.
Hits. The answer is
stuff.
hits. Hits and stuff. And then I quoted Slappy talking about me being a Red Sox fan and how he wanted a trigger warning for it. And I'll repeat it. Championship parade, repeat. Boston. Stay hot, Rocket. Love you, Slaps. And that's it for questions.
Oh God.
We need to have things we need to talk about, though.
Do we? Oh no.
I mean,
Oh no.
we have the couple of big things that just happened in the last 40 hours to talk about.
Oh yeah, there's the GM stuff.
The GM stuff.
I totally forgot about that.
So we knew we've known for a little bit that Baylor was going to be stepping down from Minnesota. That's old news.
Yeah, I feel like that was not a long time, but it was like
It was a couple weeks ago.
yeah, like well, and even it felt like it was kind of like on its way for a little while.
Yeah,
for me.
agreed. I mean, Baylor's been in that position for such a long time that it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
But what none of us could have seen coming was Teddy stepping down as the GM of the Hamilton Steelhawks in the middle of the draft.
Yeah. That was when did it happen? Because I didn't. Somebody said something in a in one of the. When did Hamilton need a GM?
That I don't know how much I'm at leisure to talk about it.
Yeah.
But it was. I mean, I'm on nobody's stream talking about it. So if they fire me for that, they'll fire me for this. It was right in the middle of the draft. And I won't go.
I think I heard that as well. Afterwards,
won't go any further into the reasons why, because we can only speculate at this point, really. But we did lose Teddy in the middle of the draft. That sucks. Teddy's a great dude.
Yeah.
He had a great vision for that team. I have nothing but respect for Teddy. He's a great guy. Sucks to see him go like that.
Yeah, I would have said that if there was a reason I would have signed in Hamilton, it would probably be because Teddy. So
And I mean, he's sticking around, but in a lesser capacity. Hopefully, he
yeah, yeah.
gets into a better headspace soon. Love you, Ted. Sorry to see you go out like that, man. But so Hamilton and Minnesota are looking for GMs.
Hmm.
If you're interested in that, you can apply by PMing TDZ.
Yeah, I'm looking at you, Sammy.
Yeah, Sammy, go for it, baby.
Become Minnesota's new GM.
If you don't like Minnesota, shape it into the team you want it to be.
Can you imagine?
I
Oh, that'd
can.
be amazing.
That would be incredible. Um,
What a timeline.
we also lost King today.
Yeah, I didn't actually see what was going on. So
I
I don't know
think,
what's.
as far as I've been made aware, which is not that aware, obviously, because I don't know him or anybody that really surrounds him. But as far as I'm aware, it was a just being in a weird head. More often than not, we see with this sort of thing. You get into a weird headspace, and this site has a way of getting to people. In a lot of different ways. This site has a way of making some people get real angry, or maybe making people feel like shit. And that's not good. Um, and I don't know why King stepped down, if it's because of something like that. If it is, I hope he gets into a better headspace. If it's not, then I hope he figures out what he needs to figure out. Um,
I got a slight feel. I'm not sure if you were here during. Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna burp again. Oh, excuse me. Jabes.
disgusting.
Yeah, I know. I'm a pig. Jabes, which was
Yeah.
they were goalie for New England for quite some time.
Yes.
Um, they also
That
did, I
was
think,
Lokinen, yeah.
PT. Yeah, locking it. PT person for a while, and then they were also a GM of one of the juniors teams. I want to say Colorado for a very very brief period. Kind of not quite as brief as King's run.
Yeah, no, Jabes was co-GM or GM when I was first drafted.
Yeah, and so I think it was maybe slightly similar in part, at least, where they're maybe both the type of person that takes on maybe a bit more than they can handle occasionally.
Well, yeah.
Um, and that maybe have been part of it. That was my initial impression, anyway.
I don't want to. I hate sounding like an asshole, but unfortunately, I'm an asshole. But I've been saying for quite some time that I think that, much as I respect his willingness to take on work in this league, I've been saying since he started really popping off that King was going to burn himself out real bad.
It's 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 a danger for sure, especially when you see somebody going that hard. Like,
I will say, not that it means as much as this might make it sound like it does, but if you look at the amount of posts King has made, and then the amount of posts I have made, I'm only about 100 more posts than he does. I only have about 100 more posts than he does, and I've been on the site a year longer.
hmm. Yeah, it's pretty nuts. But
He
yeah, I mean,
he was going hard, and no one can blame him for getting burnt out, because going that hard will burn you out.
for sure.
I didn't go that hard, and I burnt out. Now I only do this HO and talk about my player sometimes. When I recreate, I'll be more involved, but GMing for GMing for like 8 seasons, plus working as an advisory role in West Kendall and Hamilton, plus this, plus plus updating, plus HO. It's easy to get yourself burnt out not even doing a lot.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. For sure. You know, for me, even updating was a bit like, oh, this is almost too much. I mean, not it. It isn't, but yeah.
But it can feel like it, and of
Yeah. Yeah.
course,
For sure.
um, it's easy to get burnt out not even doing a lot on this site. And the amount of work that King did, I'm shocked he lasted this long. Hope he gets into a better headspace. Hope he figures out what he needs to figure out. And hopefully we see him back.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
I expect he'll be back. But yeah, I hope he just kind of sorts some things out. But it's
he's
cool.
yeah, he's a good dude, and I hope he finds himself in the headspace he needs to find himself in.
Yeah, everything will work out.
It always does.
Sure.
It never does.
What? Oh, come on. We're a positive podcast
No,
here.
no, you're the positive. I'm the negative. That's how this has always worked.
Oh. What else do we need to talk about? Something else?
Let me look at the announcements real quick, but I think that was it.
Okay.
Let's look at the announcements, children.
Regression. Do we have a
Hey,
due date for that yet?
I'm
doing mine tonight.
in the off-season schedule, man.
Is it? It wasn't the last 2 times I checked.
Oh, it's
So
not in there. What the fuck?
Yeah. Come on, HO. Get on it.
Hey, wait a minute. That's my job. Hold on.
We still have the tentative off-season schedule from the time we changed sites
Yes,
in
yeah.
the important threads section.
I would assume
It's usually a few days before the GM tasks.
I was
or
gonna
maybe the
say
day
I would
before the GM tasks.
I would say getting them done by Sunday is probably good. I can ask Eggy live on stream, see what happens. Let's see if Eggy will answer me.
Does Eggy listen?
Sometimes.
Oh. Hi, Eggy.
Oh, the podcast? I thought you meant to me.
Oh, is that what you're... Oh, wait, there's something else you can live on what? I'm so confused. Anyway.
Yeah, I just tagged Eggy in HO and want to see if he'll answer me.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You mean, okay. Oh, I don't even know what's going on.
It's fair. I just say words, and they're not always.
This is
good.
a Swedish Hockey League podcast, right?
Yeah. No, we're talking about the fucking. Hold on, let me pull up some. Let me pull something up. Let's pull up the SHL standings real quick.
Oh God.
Hockey Sweden. And oh wow. Okay. I don't know any of these teams. Hey, I don't watch Swedish hockey.
I know one,
What
but
is
I
it?
have to see it to remember it. It's a picture. I think it's like a. Oh God.
Is it Malmo?
Hold on. I'm finding. Oh,
Skellefteå?
that's not it.
I need to call Swag. He's my expert on this.
Oh, it's the Indian head looking thing. Indian head, Native American, but it's Swedish, so it's not Native American. I don't know. It's the one with the feathers and the. It looks like a Native American head.
Are we talking about Malmo? The Malmo Red Hawks?
No, it is Indians.
Malmo?
No. Is this SHL? I think this is.
Swedish hockey? Yeah, the Malmo Red Hawks are like an eagle.
Frölunda?
Oh, Frölunda, yeah.
Yeah.
Malmo also has some stuff.
I remember seeing. When I was creating my player, I was looking at Swedish teams. Like, I wonder if maybe he would have played for one of these. And I remember thinking, oh, that's a very strange logo for a Swedish team to have.
Yeah, I didn't know there were Native Americans in. I guess it wouldn't be Native Americans.
No.
Just I don't. What would you call that? Indigenous peoples? Is that the correct term?
Yeah. Guess maybe. Oh, Malmo Redhawks. Yeah, there's that one too. I guess I do recognize a few of these because I remember that HV71 logo somewhere, probably in like EA NHL.
Yeah, I was gonna say in like Chell somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eggy has not gotten back to me.
Well,
I think that's
too
everything
bad.
though.
I don't think we really need to know that.
No, just do it. Just get it done ASAP.
I'm doing it tonight
my advice.
anyway.
Yeah.
Probably.
I guess before we wrap it up, I'll mention I'm gonna start doing a thing where I try and find new key visuals every week and mix it up a little bit.
Hooray!
This week we have a weird tweet that I didn't actually realize existed until today. I guess
I wasn't sure if you saw it.
I saw it today.
It's like is this something I would say? Kind of.
I'll talk to you about what this means after the show, during the post show.
I was very curious.
But that's a fun tweet. I don't know if I might actually edit this to put music in, but I probably won't because I'm incredibly fucking lazy.
Cool.
I realized that I could do that by just fucking playing music through Spotify on my desktop, but that would be stupid. And I don't have control over fades if I do that. But either way, I guess we'll wrap it up there.
Yeah.
Okay, that's an hour and a half cast. Good stuff.
Hooray.
As always,
Sure.
as always, if you've made it this far, thank you so much for listening. We love you. For the Adam and Rich podcast, I'm Adam and this is Rich. And we'll see you next week for 24, I think.
Yeah.